Hey, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect who firmly believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now, I got a clip here of the brother Taza War, the GMS Shield of Faith. He uploaded this video about 8 hours ago, and is getting into the Neuralink. Human trials starts in 6 months. This is the project in which Elon Musk is spearheading, in which we know the Neuralink is the micro CHIP, which is also known as the MOTB, written in Revelation 13 and 16, on down to 18, the Charagma, right? The Charagma. And, I read an article a couple of days ago, and it pretty much was saying how the Neuralink is pretty much ready. The Neuralink, which is the microchip, is pretty much ready, and they're just waiting on FDA approval. That's the Food and Drug Administration, so to speak, right? And we at the door, man. We this is the prophecy, that brothers, continuously harp on, that brothers keep speaking on week in and week out, day in and day out, the MOTB, because once this particular vision, comes to pass, that's when everything's going to fall like a domino effect, So I recommend those of you who didn't watch this video, watch this video. There's great information that he was bringing out. And, we in that time. We are definitely in that time. So I want to bring out the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12. I want to start at verse 21. It says, "And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth?" It says, "Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord, power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision." That's right. In the vision in which we're focusing and harnessing on is that microchip, the charagma, the mark of the beast. That's the vision, because you got people that thinks that the end of the world, which is the so-called white man's rulership, is not coming in their lifetime. It's coming in their lifetime. This thing is steamrolling. They pretty much setting everything in order. They're getting ready to collapse the economy. They got the central bank digital currency, in place. They got the microchips in place. There's still wars and rumors of wars, so everything is coming to pass just like the Bible says, right? So the Lord is about to put that to cease. The Lord's about to put that to stop, to where now the world is about to get ready to get shaken up. And the only people who shouldn't be shaken up at this point is the members of the elect, the men that's out there sighing and crying for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Like the apostles say, it's not time to lighten up, it's time to tighten up, right? It says, verse 24, it says, "For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel." And that's these other camps, Here it is, they're speaking upon matters that hold no weight, man. You got camps out there, I believe it was IUIC, saying that we're going to, or was it IHBK? One of those camps, they said we're going to be ruling alongside Edom, so-called white men. I believe that was the ISUPK. And then you got camps like IUIC talking about, oh, you can't speak on the so-called white man. The so-called white man is a part of prophecy, man. See, that's what happens when you take that Judas purse. There's no more free course in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? So it says, "For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass." That's right. And part of that word that he's speaking that's coming to pass is that charagma, is that MOTB, It's in the mainstream media news. It's already being implemented out there in Europe, It says, "For I am Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord power." That's right. So the days are no longer going to be prolonged. You know, the days are no longer going to be prolonged. The Lord is what? Shortening the days for the elect's sake, as the scriptures say. Let me read that again. For I am Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. These things is happening in real time. These prophecies is coming to pass in real time. And the prophets of old desired to see these times that we actually living in. You know, the only thing we can do is just pray. Pray and hope that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai have mercy upon us in these dark hours. Jacob's trouble. It says, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and will perform it, saith the Lord power. Again, the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. That's how that's what 2/3 believe. They think when we speak upon the end of this society, they think it's a far off. When we speak upon microchipping, it's a far off. When we speak upon smart cities, it's a far off. When we speak upon World War III and America being destroyed by way of thermonuclear missiles, they think this is not going to happen in their lifetime. This is their mindset. And we see it in their actions. It says, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power. That's right. The Lord is bringing everything to pass. Not one jot. Let me see if I can find that. Not one jot, not one tittle. Not one jot, not one tittle. Let me see. That's Matthew chapter 5, verse, let's start at 17. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not to come to destroy, but to fulfill. This proves that the law stands sure. That's a cut scripture to where they try to say that the law is done and away with, or the Old Testament is done and away with. They don't know no better. Verse 18, this is the point. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. So everything that's written in these holy scriptures is going to come to pass, man. Every detail, if it's written in the scriptures, that means it's important. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what shall I answer when I am reproved. The brother Ward posting up that video, that's a case, an example of standing upon the watch, informing Israel to what's happening, what's yet to come, what to look out for. That's why we blow the trumpet. The trumpet is in representation of this word. That was the alarm of war. The problem is Jake don't understand that they are living in a time of war. We're not, but Jake feels as though that they're living in a time of love and peace, when this is the complete opposite. We live in a time of hate and war. Why you think relationships even on a low scale, why you think relationships aren't working out? Because we're not in a season for that. We're not in a time of season to where, our grandparents and our great grandparents, marriages and relationships last forever, and they were together until their dying day. We're not living in those times no more. The best way to be, if you don't have a woman, seek not a woman, like the scriptures say. If the Lord allow you to meet a woman, you deal with her and, let that be that. But don't be seeking out no woman, because we're not in the time for that. We are not in the time for that. We are in the time to be diligent, fervent in the spirit, meditating upon the Lord, not trying to come up with certain ways to please a woman, man. We're not in that time. We're not in that season. The scriptures are very particular. When the Apostle Paul, matter of fact, I'm gonna touch on some of that. Let me focus on this real quick. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower. I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. That's right. And in the result, the brother posting at me watching the video is me doing this lesson what I shall answer when I am reproved. So when we see information, we do a lesson on it to give warning. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. You know, how do we make it plain upon tables? By breaking it down, breaking down the scriptures, breaking down the current events, and marrying it with the scriptures to paint the picture of what time you're living in, of what time we're all living in, measuring the times diligently within itself. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Going back to what? The Lord is not going to prolong his word anymore. The Lord is not about to prolong his word anymore. We are living in the times to where these scriptures are getting fulfilled, man. We living in that time. Let me get 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse. Let me start at verse 3. Start at the top. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses. The same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. You know, endure hardness, meaning what? We're approaching hard times. We're actually in hard times, but we're going to have to really be in the middle of hard times. You know, we got to do it as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. It says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. That's right. We're warriors, you know, of soldiers for Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, spiritually, you know. So we can't afford to be entangled in the affairs of this life when it comes to, you know, your woman, you know, your family, your children, you know, your job, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, because something that gets entangled, what's that mean? It's hard to get out of, you know. So if you find yourself in a situation that's hard to get out of, you know, you're losing steam for the truth. That energy in which you're trying to get out of, you know, a particular situation, that energy could be applied towards the truth, you know. That's why the scriptures speak upon keeping our eyes single, you know, meaning what? Focus, laser focus, you know, for our salvation. You know, for our salvation. It says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. You know, so it's all about pleasing Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai in righteousness. And we do that by what? Doing this work. You know, we please Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai by way of sacrifice, by putting this truth first, by prioritizing this truth first. You know, look, you can fool brothers, but you can't fool Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, you can't fool Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. The Lord's going to have mercy on who he has mercy, and he's going to have compassion on who he has compassion. You know, we want to make sure, of course, we all go off. You know what I'm saying? But we want to make sure that our righteousness outweighs the wickedness in which we do, or the sins that we commit. You know, it's about finding favor with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. It says, and if a man also strive for masteries, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully. All right, so let me get that scripture that I had mentioned. Seek not a wife. Because we're not in time for that. We're not in the time for that. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7. 7 verse 27. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loose. That's right. So if you got a woman, seek not to be loose. You know, because the Lord put you with that woman. And she could be a crutch. She could be a help. You know. So it says, art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loose. Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife. So if you don't have a wife, don't seek a wife. And this is what we call advice. You know, Apostle Paul is giving advice to the church of Corinth, which can be applied to today. You know. So, you know, brothers deal with women, you know, but if you're not in a situation where that's your lady, or, you know what I'm saying, don't seek for no woman. If you got to get your rocks off, you already know what to do. You know, the scriptures speak upon that, you know, but don't seek to be, because look, all great men have failed because of a woman. You know, beware of Satan in the form of pleasure. because a woman, she could be a demon unto you or she could be comfort. Either way, it could be bad unto you. That's why we're supposed to deal with everything in balance, because a woman could be cooking for you, massaging your back, massaging your feet, laying it on you. You know what I'm saying? Cuddling up with you. Now you getting soft. Or you dealing with a woman, now she's being a demon. You know what I'm saying? Being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? She may commit adultery, but all of those emotions get you pissed off to where now you sidetrack from the truth. So that's why, you got to deal with these women in balance. You got to deal with these women in balance. And always put your how about Shemi Awashai first. Don't compromise your integrity in the Lord for a woman, for a job, for anybody, for your family, for anybody. It says, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they have none. So what? Even if you got a wife, you got to be as though that you have none. You got to put this work. You got to put in for this work. You got to put down for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The Lord's not going to destroy you because you putting the truth over your woman. Nah. Of course you give her due benevolence. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get caught up in her feelings and emotions. You can't get caught up in the attention. You can't give this woman attention and then losing energy for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because if the Lord's dealing with you, and if you give him more attention to a woman than you are him, he's going to take that woman away from you. He's going to move you out to separate if you're one of his. Because the Lord is a jealous power. The Lord is very picky and particular with his men. And the Lord wants his attention as well. That's why he said he searched Jerusalem with candles and see who are settled. He's going to punish those who are settled upon their lees. Those who are comfortable in this society. Right? So it says, verse 30, it says, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. That's right. So it's about what? Balance. We're going to go through things. We're going to go through hardships. We're going to go through struggles. We're going to have good times as well. We may buy things, but we're not putting our spirit into the society. It says, but I will have you without carefulness, that he that is unmarried care for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. That's right. So when you're unmarried and you don't have a woman, you're going to make a way to please the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You're going to be doing shows. You're going to be doing lessons. You're going to fellowship with brothers. You ain't got nobody calling your phone, talking about when you coming home, when you chilling with the brothers. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have that little burden, so to speak. You're not going to have that thought like, dang, I wish brothers hurry up so I could go kick it with my woman. You know what I'm saying? It be like that. You know what I'm saying? It be like that sometimes. You understand, Jake? But that's what happens when you're unmarried. You don't have that baggage, so to speak. It says, verse 33, but he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. Because a woman is of the world. So when a woman is of the world, and the woman is our what the scriptures call it, the scriptures call the women our, dang, the word escapes me, man. The best way I could speak on it, a woman is like our pride and joy, so to speak, right? A woman is is a beautiful possession unto you, so to speak, right? So when a man that's into his woman, he's going to figure out ways to try to please her, because a woman may want to go to a concert, on Saturday, but here it is, you got this. You got camp on Saturday. What are you going to choose? The concert or the camp? Or a woman will want to take cooking classes, you know, or whatever the case may be, when you know you're supposed to be fellowshipping with the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Or you may have a study with the brothers. What are you going to do? You know? So it's like but he that is married, you know, and joined up to his wife, he going to figure out ways to please his wife. That's just what he's going to do. You know? So that's why it's important to be you know, a soldier for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And when we go into that word soldier, it means to what? To be solitary. Meaning what? Alone. You know, the Lord got you alone. Kick it being alone. You know, kick it being alone. Because the times that we're approaching is it's gonna be perilous times. You know, and as I said with the starting off with the video, you know, that microchip, man, is here. That vision is here. You know, they said about 6 months. It's already, they're just waiting for the FDA. So they have a great idea of when they're gonna roll it out. We close out with the prophecy, Revelation 13:16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Let's look up what that word mark is. Let's read it. And you guys watching this could do the due diligence on you know, just looking up different clips. You know, just looking up different clips. It's like, yeah. It says what? Mark, right? And it says charagma. It's like, yeah. Let's get the definition of what a charagma. Show Strongs. It says a sculptured figure graven mark. Right? From the same as scratch or etching. You know. It says a stamped and imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. Then carved, sculptured, graven work of idolatrous images. They got, see, they used to have a thing imprinted, a thing inserted. That's what the definition used to say. It looks like they took that part out. Goddamn devils, right? But it still proves the point. You know, when you look up videos of people getting implants, you know, it's what? A scratch, an etching, right? A stamp, right? A thing carved, you know. So that proves it. You know, we are living in those times. Charagma. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. That's right. And you can see countless videos on YouTube of people using that micro CHIP as a form of payment, you know, and the Apple Pay and the Samsung Pay. This is all gradualism to that point. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 666. So, hey, the Lord's not prolonging his word anymore, man. So, you know, we in that time. You know, I suggest you brothers watch this video. Good information. So, you know, with that, you know, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutation, and blessings to the elect. Shalom.